Klay, you guys have been saying for a while that the wins haven't all been coming, but you've been playing well. You've been playing in close games. Maybe let a few go that you should have won. Last two games have not been like that here, Klay. What can you finger on what's happened and what the mood is in there after these two?
Pretty deflating mood, but that's expected when you get blown out twice in a row at home. We have to be better, I think, defensively. They shot really high percentages from the field in the three, and that's not our identity. Just relenting on defense, that is. So I think when we go to Chicago on Friday, we really just got to establish that again, just being gritty on the defensive end.
Klay, you guys have been booed each of the last two home games. Obviously, you're not used to that. How do you handle that?
Are you supposed to lose sleep over it?
Klay, Steve said that you guys have lost some confidence, maybe lost your belief. He even said the team feels a little fragile right now, tipping on confident or not confident. Are you seeing some of that fragility, which can be a little surprising for a team of champions and veterans?
That was a long question. I'm sorry, Kareth. Can you break that down
Lost
again?
confidence, lost belief. He said the team is a little fragile.
I mean, that's probably a correct assessment from Steve. So just about, picking each other up. And I think going into Chicago, you just got to play with nothing to lose and play free-minded, because when you do that, you usually have fun and you usually play as a team.
Klay, why do you think you guys have started so slow and let the other opponents really get control of the game, their shooting?
Why? I don't know, but I think early in the game we had some ugly turnovers. I mean, that's on me. I had 3 in the first quarter alone, which is not good. And then our defense was just too soft from the point of attack, and I think give credit to guys like Corey Joseph and Moses, who played incredible tonight. Corey really set the tone with his ball pressure, full court ball pressure, and we'll get back to that on Friday as far as just not just letting the offense be able to dictate what they want to do all the time. But I felt like they did that tonight with open three after open three.
Klay, do you ever feel the need, especially with the young guys on this roster, to use your voice more to kind of galvanize the troops? And Steve mentioned he thinks a lot of confidence is down amongst the group. No one specifically, he said, but just group-wide, he thinks the confidence is down. Just with your stature on the team, do you feel the need to kind of speak up a little more?
Yeah, sometimes I can be better with that and just uplifting your fellow teammate. Basketball is a game where you have to play without worldly confidence to unlock your full potential, and we might not have shown that last 2 nights, but we're not going to quit. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
You also mentioned it's just been quiet defensively. I mean, have you felt that? Obviously, no Draymond, no Chris, but I mean, is it too quiet out there?
Yeah. Definitely quiet without Chris and Draymond, but we're all looking forward to their returns.
Is there something you guys can do to help lift Andrew Wiggins?
Just remind him who he is. I mean, without Andrew Wiggins, this franchise doesn't see a championship in 2022. And we got to continue to remind Wiggs how great he really is. I mean, with one of the best two-way players in the world. And I know that ability's still in there. Luckily, we got a lot of basketball ahead, but he reminds me of myself actually a lot. He internalizes a lot of things, and he cares so much about his play that it can hurt him. Just like myself, when I don't play up to my standard, it hurts. And that's what you want to see out of a teammate. You don't want to see someone who just doesn't care. But Wiggs, if he didn't care, we wouldn't, like I said, have won a championship 2 years ago. So I know I'm grateful for him, and I know he's still got greatness ahead for himself. And, it's in there.
Chris Paul has been, a part of so many of your guys' most successful lineups. How much has his absence been felt in the past 2 games?
His absence has been felt greatly. Got it? Cool.
Steve talked after the last 2 games about how quiet it's been on the floor. I mean, have you felt that, and what's, I guess, kind of the issue there?
Yeah, we try to do my best to talk and be more, be more vocal. But when you miss, we miss Chris. He's one of the guys that talks probably the most. Draymond, Gary talks a lot out there on the court. So you're missing pieces like that. That's kind of our core of people that's out there talking, and especially on the defensive end. It's tough, and but we gotta be better. We gotta hold each other more accountable. We gotta just be more communicative out there. We know what we're doing. We just gotta talk about it on the court, and I think that's probably a big problem that's been keeping our defense from taking the next step.
Kevon, off of that, speaking about the lack of CP and Dre being out there, as a veteran member of this team, do you try and do a little bit more in those situations? How do you try and, I guess, supplement the lack of their voices in situations like that?
Definitely try to be more talkative. That's my job anyway, out there as the big man on the court. But it takes a group. It got to be 5 guys out there talking. I think guys are taking that step to talk more, but we still got to take it to another level. Myself included, but everybody out there has to be more vocal and about executing on both ends of the court. We do it for stretches, and then stretches we don't talk. So we got to continue to work on that and just be better.
Kevon, what gives you the hope and confidence that you guys can turn this thing around and go on a run here before the trade deadline?
We done showed flashes of what we can be, and we show flashes of what we're doing now. So my confidence comes from we still got the talent, still got Steph, and we've been in games with a lot of great teams, and they're supposed to be really good. We've been up, and we just didn't close games, and then we had games like tonight where we didn't show up. So I think the other team is who we really are. We just got to go out there and prove it and put together 48-minute games, not just halves or quarters. And I think we got the talent and the pieces and the character in the locker room to do it. So we just got to go out there and do it.
In your opinion, what's the cause for starting so slow where your opponents just jump ahead and just bang threes? And
a little bit. Tonight I would say it was turnovers and but sometimes it's turnovers and just our defense. We got to come out, and punch first and be more aggressive and dictate how the game's going to go. Sometimes we get reactive and they hit us first, and then we try to come and fight back. But when teams are hitting threes like they were tonight, once you get in the hole, give up almost 50 points in the first quarter, it's no coming back from that. So we kind of got to set the tone with our physicality and our defensive mindset earlier in the game. And our offense is always going to come at some point, but we got to start with the defensive man.
Come on, how would you assess Moses' play and just his readiness when he doesn't get consistent minutes?
I think Moses played great. He provided us a great spark tonight. Whenever his name is called on, he usually shows up and plays well. And that's something he's been doing for the last few years. And so nothing he does shocks us. He just shown why he's a good player and he's going to be in this league for a long time.
Kevon, I know you're not the general manager, but the trade deadline is coming up. Do you sense that maybe this team has a few weeks left to show management to keep it together?
I don't really try to think about none of that. I just try to control what I can control and try to go out there and try to compete as a group and try to win as many games as possible. You hear all the stuff and you just don't want to think about it because you don't want to let that stuff affect your play and let that affect your confidence. You just want to go out there and play as hard as you can and try to win for whoever on the court with you would.